Mana, mana, mana. Oh, mana. Mana? Mana, mana? I'm bummed I missed this. Uh, I was looking at this late in the afternoon when the equities market closed, and I missed my opportunity to take a stab at it. And that's okay. Had to go out with the wife, do some stuff. This happens. And the setup that I saw, I actually I didn't even know about this thing until this morning when one of the moderators in chat who calls out crypto grade said he had gotten in this last night and traded this from sub one all the way up to the top to the almost to the top of this move. Um, and I was like, damn, that's a nice looking chart. The breakout over the 107 level was the nice piece of the move here. Get that meat of the move. So what I was looking for on the setup was a pullback to test the 120s, which was this support level here from earlier back in March. So, resistance, 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 broke through that on an increased volume, and made some new all-time highs there, and then pulled back and tried to retest a couple of times. But on the retest of, and this is why volume analysis is really important on these, on everything. And if you look at the volume on this retest to kind of break through to new all-time highs on this move, the volume just wasn't as high as it was back here. Let me get this thing out of the way. Actually, that's kind of annoying. So that this is like the volume precedent that is set now when it made this first run up. And this pullback is really nice too. It's a nice low volume pullback, and then was rejected and rejected. So that's why this could now be a really nice support level once it's broken. Ideally, you want to see the previous resistance become support, which it did a couple of times as it pulled back. The pullbacks were low volume, so it was just a lot of profit taken probably from this run up, and some buying pressure stepped up and came back and retested that level, and then it was broken, and was broken on an increase in volume, compared to what it was trading the previous few weeks. So that brings us to where we are now. Bang. So was looking for 120 as support on the intraday, and I'll show you that in a sec. But this is the daily. What I like on this daily is the MACD's very, very bullish. We got this line poking up almost at a 45-degree angle, which is very bullish, and obviously CMF is very bullish. So like the daily chart setup. From an intraday, what I was looking for was the pullback to the 120s, and then bang, it was like to the T, perfect pullback to the 120s. So I wouldn't have entered right here because we're still there's no validation of or confirmation that the reversal is in, and where you're going to see that is just what I talked about the other night, where we're just looking for a higher low to be put in, and that happened right here. So we got this low volume pullback all day and broke through the EMA 8 trade line, came back to retest 120, but put in a higher low here, and it's a little bit of a hammer. Wouldn't say that's a full hammer there, but still on a 15-minute chart to see that kind of candle formation is bullish. And so the entry could have been anywhere around here. Would have been a little risky in front of the 130s, but I still think that it wasn't a ton of volume on the way down, so I wouldn't expect that to be too much trouble. So you could have done, you could have entered here, or gone for the gusto, which I think a lot of people did, and got rejected again at that 150 level, and again at the 150 level. So it looks like it's calming down a little bit, and the rejection on this shooting star is pretty high, and even though it's a green candle, I'm looking at the candle formation itself. So I would be surprised if this continued tonight. I think now it's been rejected enough. Might just chill out for a day or two, but I'd like to see this 130 level now become support, because the 120, when we came off the 120s and broke through the 130s, we got that increase in volume. So I'd like to see this become support and put in another higher low, and then you could take a trade on it here, and then risk down to the 120s. So you'd risk 10 cents to make here. Let's pull out the I don't know if the risk reward is here yet, so let's take a look. So you're risking, if you take an entry at 131. You'd be risking, let's say, 9 down to make, I think this would go to all-time highs, wouldn't it? So 130s to make, yeah, I don't think the risk reward is there. It's 30% up. So 9 down, 30 up. I mean, it's still pretty decent, but it would need a lot of volume. So I think we're at the top of the move. I'm going to keep an eye on it over the weekend, see what it does. But I like the setup, and I like what I see here. So just an idea, throwing it out there. See what you guys think.